Hi guys, my name is Nasima,
My name is Zainab.
And I'm Ella.
and you're welcome back to another episode on our channel. On today's episode, we are going to be checking out a video that states that men have easier lives, but we're all going to have a conversation about that after. But let's first watch the video, okay?
What's your red flag for a guy?
A men's rights activist.
Oh, bitch, you should not have said that. Oh, I gotta call my boy Andrew Tate. Hold on a second.
Do you know that men die younger than women?
If this conversation goes on any longer, I'm gonna kill myself. What did he say about men's rights that you didn't like?
Okay, well, like I said, again, women live longer than men. And again, that's a problem. And I'm like, women live longer than men because men over. Like, this is not a women's issue.
I'm not an attorney, but it feels like you lost this case. He's so sick.
Women rely on a whole group of people. Men only rely on like their wives and they're just interested.
Men do work more dangerous jobs. And more men are embracing them. Dude, you don't sit down right now? I swear to God. I don't think men don't have a hard life and you making mine miserable right now.
That is a very, very funny. That's very funny, actually. But if you were to look at it on a more serious note, I think he's actually right. Men have always had it harder. The only problem is they don't get talked about as much as we women get talked about. We women also have what we contribute to the society and to the family, but it's just that it's more of like we're overrated. They talk about women more. Like I see if men don't matter as well, but men actually matter. In fact, I feel like men make the world a whole lot more, a much more safer space for us in general than the women. Because I'm sorry to say this, but if we have an only women society, like it's only women, no men, we're not really going to progress as much as when we have men in society. So I would always, or let me just say, I'm going to stand on the motion that men do have a hard life. They don't just get talked about as much as we women. Or what do you think?
Yeah, I think men do all the hard jobs. Men work more than women, but they give all the attention to women.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the reason why men die much younger than women. You understand? Because we women, we are the most talked about. Mm-hmm. Men are just there, and actually, if you look at it in a safer place, men are the one making life easier for us. Yeah, because in this revolution, the way the world is going, men are the ones doing all the hard jobs, going to fight the wars, doing everything to make sure we are in a safer place and in a safer world. So I think men, they are great.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think?
Without the men in our lives, things will not be easy for us as the women. So I support the men being around us.
Yeah, but apart from just supporting men, I feel like there are a lot of things that are listed that men contribute to the society.
Yeah.
Our safety, our shelter, making jobs much easier. The fact that we're able to use, automobiles, we're not trekking anymore. I can go into my kitchen and use an electric cooker or a blender. I don't need to use the primitive ways of, doing stuff. I don't need to use my hands to wash. I can use the laundry. I could use a phone to call. I don't need to go through the primitive way or, use stone and knife to do everything I want to do. I feel like this credit goes more to the men.
Yeah.
Men get more accused. If I'm a thief and a man is in the room, he's going to get accused more. If I dress stupidly or something and a man dresses stupidly, they're quick to call me to attention to dress properly. But if a man they're like, is a madman. It's like men get more condemned and more pressured than the women. A man has to be successful before he can have a family. A man has to be successful before he can be recognized in the family. A man has to be successful before he can be an icon or a person to be proud of. A man has to be successful so people can look up to him. A man has to be successful before a lot of things can happen. And for that to happen, for a man to become successful, he has to go through, I don't know what to call it, but maybe the seven stages of hell before he can become successful.
Yeah.
He has to think about the economy. He has to think about how to be a responsible father. And at the same time, he has to also make sure that he's still mentally stable, because one mistake and everything crumbles. And one funny thing is, we women are quick to condemn men. That's one thing I've noticed. I've not really seen, if a woman comes out to say, oh, you know what, men are actually doing good, men are actually, responsible, automatically they call the woman a pick-me. I don't know if you've seen that on.
Yeah, I've seen that.
They call her a pick-me. Oh, you're seeking men's validation. But no, it's not men's validation. You're not seeking men's validation when you're saying the actual truth. Yes, I'm saying what I'm seeing around me. I'm saying what I'm seeing because I have men at home too. I have a brother, I have a father, and I see what they do, and that would push me to like, men are actually having a harder time. And there are many times when my mom just had to sit down at home and call my dad. The kids need their money for school fees. The kids need school bag. The kids need this. The kids need that. Apart from we, the kids, she needs her man too. She needs her husband. But this man has to, get bread for the family, be a good husband, be responsible, be a friend at the same time. So I think men should have more accolades, and, there should be a day given to men, to appreciate them for their efforts, because we have Women's Day, we have International this day, International that day, but men don't really get celebrated as much as we do.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about this is we don't work half as much as men. Let's just be realistic. We don't work half as much. The opportunity for us to work today is as a result of man. We fought for whatever, we fought for the right to work, yes, but it is as a result, let's be logical here, it's as a result of man that we're able to have the rights to work today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men make transportation more easier. They make a lot of things easier for us. So I think they should be more like valued.
Yeah, and if you asked me, I would be more than happy to have boys as my
Yeah.
children later. I'm not saying I don't want to have girls, but if you look at it, girls are much, much, much more tougher to train, to take care of. There's this constant fear in your heart, like, I have a girl, I have to be more careful. But you see, with boys, it's more appreciated. There's this kind of thing of joy when you're like, I have a son, I have a boy, I'm raising, is it kings? I'll call it or something. But yeah.
They're icons. They're men. They need, like, men do all the hard jobs. Like, they work hard for us. They work really hard. So
But it's
I
good.
think,
It's actually a good thing. It's actually amazing. And
Without
I don't
men,
I don't like when women bring down men.
yeah, because without men doing all the hard jobs, how are we women, like, how are we going to do all the hard jobs? How are we going to work in the petroleum companies?
Exactly.
How are we going to, like, do crude oils? All those things men do. How?
And working in
How are we going to
transport.
fight the wars? Like,
I can't even imagine me being mobilized to go to war. Like, it's not possible. Imagine you're telling me, waking me up in the morning, like, you know what, our country is at war right now.
Yeah.
We need you to be mobilized. I'll run. Like,
we really, like,
it's not-
we really need to be encouraging men. Like, we need to
really
encourage them.
Not just encourage, but I think we also need to celebrate them more, appreciate them more, and let them know that yes, they're appreciated,
Their
we recognize
importance,
them. Exactly. And I don't like women who bring down men. It's a different thing when men hurt you, and it's a different thing when you hate men in general. You can't use one person or two people that have hurt you to to degrade a whole gender, an entire gender. So if you have a problem with men, they've made you feel less of a woman, you don't need to
Generalize it.
turn that into phobia for men. Like, you hate men, you don't want to hear anything that has to do with a man.
I appreciate the men.
We appreciate all men.
Shout out to the men. Shout out to the men.
shout out to
Anyways,
men.
if you all have a different opinion, you have your 2 cents, your thoughts that you wanted to drop, please kindly tell us in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.